You better say your prayers, you flea-bitten varmint. I'm gonna blow you to smithereens.
You do that and I'll kill you.
Alrighty, metalheads, welcome to the Bullshit with Bob show right here on Brutiful Metal Radio. We have band members from 13 Mag joining us tonight from Spokane, Washington via Skype. Welcome to the show, guys.
What's up? Glad to be here, man.
Thanks for having us.
And if you would, give us your names and what you do in the band.
I'm Kevin Blodgett. I'm vocals and lead guitar.
Right on.
You.
And my name's Tommy Shear. I play drums.
I'm Mike Bonin. I play rhythm guitar and I do backup vocals.
Right on,
And
guys. Go ahead.
Our bass player is detained. We're not really sure where he is at the moment, but he'll be here in a minute. But his name's John, and, well, I'm sure you'll figure out which one he is because he'll show up.
You know, tell me if this is true with you guys. Bass players are always fucking late for everything.
That's about right. Yeah.
That's about right.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, man. You know, the rest of the band will be there and ready to go. And
Bass players are a unique breed, man. It's a special kind of person to play the bass. It's not. They're bizarre. They're their own people. That's for sure. Yeah.
yeah, unique is one way to put it.
Yeah.
At least been in my experience. Now,
Oh, yeah.
we were talking before we started up. You said that 13 Mag actually started up in the summer of '09. And how did this, formulate?
Well,
What brought you guys together?
Tommy and I kind of met and started jamming around, and after a while, we came up with some cool shit and started kind of trying out different guitar players and different bass players, and Mike here we ended up going with. He's actually an old friend of mine, and we've tried him out and had good chemistry, so he came in as a permanent member. And then the last guy that we found was John, and that took until about April of 2010 before we had a solid 4-piece lineup.
Right on.
Wasn't going anywhere, and everybody got along with. So
Thus the birth of 13 Mag in 2010.
Okay, so April 2010 is basically when you guys got cranked up and really rolling.
Yep.
yeah.
Now, how did you come up with the name 13 Mag?
Well, 13 Mag is a type of tattoo needle, and we're all into tattoos in the band. When we actually first started practicing, we actually rehearsed at night in a tattoo shop after they'd closed down. So the name we had originally picked, we found out was taken from another band. So we were like, man, we need a name, and just kind of, we're in the tattoo shop and just kind of popped out, and it was like, yeah, that sounds good.
Right on.
I like it.
Yeah, it's very fucking fitting too, ain't it?
Yeah.
That's cool. Now, what kind of influences do you guys have as a band? What kind of helped mold the sound?
Well, we do all have kind of similar musical tastes in some aspects. It varies. Everybody has their own things that they really like on their their own time. But we're all from the same kind of school of the thrash metal days.
Right on.
So that's obviously a big part of it, and and we also have other bands that we really enjoy. Everybody's a huge Clutch fan. So, some of that kind of bluesiness sometimes can come into things. And I don't know, we're fortunate that we have very similar ideals on what we want and what we think good heavy metal music is. And it's worked so far, I guess.
So far.
So far. Like I said, what I've heard from you guys, man, it is really fucking hitting. And I like what you guys are doing. It's fucking hardcore. And I've got, like I told y'all before we started, I've got 3 of your tunes here. And let's see, I've got Stand Your Ground, Those Left Standing, and Undone. And we'll play them a little later on in the show. But where did you guys record these at? Is this DIY or did y'all go into a studio?
Well, we used the studio. The first album we did that has those left standing and undone. That was done at a local studio here in Spokane, and it was real low budget.
Put something on wax.
You know,
we need something.
we needed a first album, and you know they were able to facilitate what we needed. Stand Your Ground came from a different studio, which is also here in town, Rainbow Trout Studios, and the producer there, Bill Neiman, you know, brought us in, and he wanted to have us cut one track just to see if we liked what he did, and it turned out really well. So I'm fairly certain we're going to be using him for the next album at least.
Right
at least
on.
the next EP.
Yeah. So
Y'all have some new tunes in the works.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's actually we've taken a little bit of downtime from doing shows. Now we're gonna spend the next roughly 8 weeks putting together the best of what we've been writing over the summer, but haven't had a chance to really hone it in and hit the studio and see how many ones that come out with we want to throw out. And I don't know, at least an EP, maybe a full length. We'll see. We got a lot of music floating around. That's for sure. It's definitely exciting. I get excited talking about that because definitely I don't think there's going to be any sophomore slump on this one.
I got you. Now, is the sound evolving from what you've recorded before, or is it maturing? And can you talk about how it's changing?
Yes and yes.
Yeah, it's definitely evolved. The band as a unit is becoming a lot more, cohesive. Nice word, Mikey.
That's Mike, everybody.
He's not good for a lot, but he does have good words. But yeah, we're becoming a lot more cohesive as a unit. So, it's becoming easier to find the direction of the music. Not only, but the direction of the music is a lot more progressive than it was. It was. It's hard to explain.
Sometimes, if I might like to add a little something, I think, our first album was a lot of our influences just kind of coming together and, finding our voice and our sound. And now that we've, been on the road, done a lot of shows and, spent some time together, we're really kind of coming into that one voice and, the band's maturing as, we mature as musicians. And so, it's definitely going to be in the ballpark of Stand Your Ground, but it's going to be more diverse. It's definitely going to be more pissed off. It's going to be louder. It's going to be faster. It's going to be
right on.
More balls, Bob. More
Hell
balls.
Yeah. Hell yeah. It's always good when it's more pissed off, man.
Yeah.
People get hurt in the pit, and that's the memories you want.
Wrong.
Nobody
really wants to hear sad bastard music all the time.
Yeah, no shit. And there's no shortage of things that piss any of us off. So, find Desperado.
Now, let me ask you guys, Kevin, what were some of your influences growing up, and what made you pick up a guitar, and who inspired you as a guitarist?
Man, I think the first guitar player that ever inspired me, that made me really want to, be a rock and roll shredhead guy, actually was Angus Young from AC/DC. I got into him when I was probably 13 or 14, got really interested into that. And then I moved into Metallica. Kirk Hammett was a big inspiration of mine for many, many years. And then from there, I moved into Zakk Wylde and of course Dimebag Darrell.
Right on, man.
Through my musical era of my teenager high school years, and finding the new thing that redefined the world as I knew it. And I think that's where the majority of my guitar playing inspiration comes from.
Now, Mike, how about you?
First person that really made me want to either pick up an instrument was Cliff Burton.
Nice.
That was about 13, and I was like, I really want to play bass. And then I really got into the guitar work of Metallica and just that rhythm and the ripping and everything. And I was like, Fuck yeah, James Hetfield kicks ass, and he influenced me pretty heavily in those early years. But then, yeah, I went about the same route with Kevin, the Zach Wilde, Dave Mustaine, Kerry King, shit like that.
I mean, those guys have really written some of the best riffs in metal ever.
Yeah.
Unforgettable riffs, man.
Yeah, that's no bullshit.
When you hear any of those riffs, you instantly, your head starts to bang, and you want to go break shit somewhere. You know, I mean, you want to get in a pit, break something. You want to go outside and kick fucking hubcaps on a car. Some shit, you know.
You want something to happen.
There's no better music for letting out that aggression, man. It's just, it almost forces it out of you.
Now, I know I'm going to fuck up your name. Tommy?
Tommy, yeah. Tommy
right on.
Shear.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how about some of your influences?
Well, the first one, probably, obviously, to anybody seeing me live is Tommy Lee. You know, I fell in love with the big beats and the throwing up the drumsticks, and it's just like, that's the coolest thing on the world, man. Look at this guy. He's having the best time ever. And then, as I kind of developed and discovered the drums more, you know, I discovered a lot of older players, like, you know, obviously John Bonham, Buddy Rich, guys like that. You know, but still today, you know, guys like Chris Adler, you know, Dave Lombardo, you know, Joey Jordanson, you know, there's guys out there that just keep taking it in new directions that are just like,
Joey Jordison is an absolute beast. That
live,
dude's a machine, man.
He is so perfect. He is so perfect live. Nothing is slop. He's incredible. He's incredible.
I was very fortunate. I was in the Army from 96 to 01, and I was stationed over in Germany. And I used to go to Nuremberg. They always had this Rock im Park and Rock am Ring. One was in the south, one was in the north. Well, we go to Rock im Park, and I got to witness Slipknot on their first tour for the first album. I ain't never heard anything by them. You know, I was half drunk. I mean, we were drinking German beer, go figure. And, you know, that's some high-octane shit, brother. And I stumbled into this tent, man, and they fucking threw down Joey Jordison. Well, the whole band actually made me a fan of that moment, you know. I didn't get a chance to listen to the hype and all that surrounding Slipknot. But, man, I got to witness that first show, and it blew me the fuck away. I've been a fan of them ever since.
There's a reason why they're listed when you read list among the top bands ever to perform live if you get a chance to see them. They bring something that it definitely captures everybody's attention, and it exercises the demons. I love Slipknot.
I love watching those guys live. They beat the shit out of each other, man. It's hilarious.
Yeah, but, you know, you're getting it out of you, you know, and it's okay. Because,
exactly.
You know, pat each other on the back afterwards. You're like, yeah, that was a good show. Oh, that's heavy metal, you know. I love it.
I wanted to ask you guys something I've been noticing a lot recently. A lot of the bands lately, you know, in the early to mid 90s, metal kind of separated, became all these different subgenres.
Right.
I mean, it's subgenre out big time now.
It's so fractured, it's hard to keep track of where it's going now.
Exactly.
Just in titles alone.
But the trend I'm seeing is a lot of these bands starting to incorporate a little bit of this and that and bringing it back into just metal. Have you guys noticed this as well?
It's starting to come around, you know. I think people are finally realizing that the metal scene does better when it's not 800 subgenres. It's just metal. It's metal. It's all the same attitude, man. Metal's an attitude. It's not a sound. So if you're putting that attitude forward and your music's got that aggression and that attitude, it doesn't matter what you particularly sound like. You're metal.
Exactly.
And the metal community does better when the metal community stands together. And I think people are figuring out that by splitting it off the way they did, it's killing the scene. I mean, the metal scene is pretty much died out. I mean, it's not been doing very well, and so hopefully more people will get, you know, on the bandwagon and cut that crap out, and who cares about your hardcore, or your post-hardcore, or your sub-hardcore, or your mom's hardcore. I don't care.
Hardcore of the day.
You know,
Core.
it's metal. Get on
Core.
you know,
Yeah.
fucking metal and just do it. You know, everybody would be better off.
Well, I had to. When it fractured out so bad, I had to kind of, everything fractured off into such small sects that those sects had to die off, and they had to kind of go back to roots. Because music always cycles like that. It always goes back to some roots and some realness, and who knows where it's going to go, fracture off down the road. But I think definitely you see a lot of just good guitar, metal, and rock making a comeback for sure.
And, even on popular music, you're starting to hear a lot more like the heavy guitars, like in the mid-'80s. You had a lot of guitar rock that was on the radio. And you're starting to hear that come back a little bit, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's hope for us yet.
Absolutely. It's nice to see that everybody still remembers how to play guitar solos.
Exactly, right?
For a while, it was like,
non-existent.
So non-existent. And I always thought it was so, look at this guy shred. How much work did he have to put into being able to do that?
Mm-hmm.
I think that music kind of got a little sloppy in a little bit. So it's nice to see it coming back.
A lot of guys, when you actually did hear a solo, especially mid-'90s time frame, all you would hear is basically, pentatonic blues played sloppily,
Right.
without any feel, and just a lot of effects. There was nothing there. It didn't say anything. It wasn't passionate. It didn't move you. At least that's my opinion. But yeah, now you're starting to see all these soloists come out, and it's the funniest thing. I went through boot camp, and we're talking in '97. I got to my AIT station, and the first thing I did was I wanted to take a weekend pass and go and play guitar. It'd been about 5 months since I played. I got up in this place, and I plugged up, man. I started doing sweeps and, harmonic minor runs. And this guy's like, oh, wow, I haven't heard anybody sweep in years. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me, Really? Years?
Why?
That's what I'm saying. It was Augusta, Georgia. That may be one thing. But, like I said, it was '97. Just no one was doing it anymore. Not unless you were underground and you were listening to underground music. And, but that just boggled my mind, man. It's like, how can you say that? Because there's still people out there like Steve Vai playing. There's still people like Satriani, thankfully, and these guys kept the guitar going and kept that sound going,
Yeah. God for dime during the '90s.
Oh, hell yes. I agree. Pantera was the glue that held us together throughout that period.
Yeah, if it wasn't for them, metal would have died.
It could have. It could have, because
it was close.
Not to name drop, but Metallica was starting to really kind of fell off that plateau that they were at, and people were real disappointed, and it was, and then all of a sudden here's this shining bright light, and for those of us that, still wanted to get in the pit and still wanted music that felt good and sounded good, they did it.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Metallica's a little sore spot with me. Me and my wife disagree on this. I really believe their last good album was And Justice.
Yeah.
And her, she says the last one for her was Master. Now, I'm willing to forgive the Black Album. Every band, or most bands, have that skeleton in the closet album, and that's kind of what that is for me. It may have sounded more like a Metallica album if Rob Rock wouldn't have been there trying to tell Lars how to play drums, just let him do his thing. But
I think you ruined Lars as a drummer.
Say again?
I think he ruined Lars as a drummer, personally.
I have to agree.
And he's never seemed to make quite the comeback. It's sad, because he was just, when growing up, he was such a phenomenal, regarded as such a high drummer, and it is a little bit of a sore spot, isn't it?
His style was so unorthodox, but it fit the music so well. I mean, everything James wrote, it was right there.
Right.
But now he's basically like a 2/4 drummer, a 4/4 drummer, and that's it. And it's really sad. Again, maybe there's hope. Metallica will see the light, maybe they'll start drinking again. Who knows? You know.
That's about the only thing that was saved.
So, how'd you like that Lou Reed album?
Oh. Yeah.
And I guess maybe we should ask you if there's any questions or topics we weren't supposed to ask.
No, well, we can talk about anything, man. This is a wide open show.
Yeah, we're just giving you a bad time, Bob.
Oh, it's all good, brother. It's all good. That's what we're here to do, man. Is have a good time and talk metal. And I want, one thing I want to let you guys know about my show. I'm not going to sit here and like grill you guys. Just question, answer. I mean, we're going to sit here and bullshit. That's what the show is all about. Like, we're just hanging out around, at a show, enjoying good metal. Bullshit with the Bobster, man. Tell you what, let me go ahead and pop on a couple tunes to you guys. Let's see. We'll go ahead and play Stand Your Ground and Those Left Standing.
All right.
We'll let the listeners out there check you guys out on those two, and then we'll come back, do some more bullshit, and I'll save Undone for towards the end of the show.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right, brothers. Hang tight. Now, all you out there in listener land, this is Bullshit with Bob show. You're listening on Brutiful Metal Radio. And we have Kevin, Tommy, and Mike in the studio. We're still waiting on John, the missing bass player, to show up.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
The damn late bass player.
They're special. Isn't that what Kevin
That's
said?
right.
Have to have them.
Pizza, yay!
Put a crash helmet on him and
Yeah, the harness.
run around.
We'll be right back, metalheads. Stick around.
Sure.
Alrighty, welcome back to the show, metalheads. You're listening to the Bullshit with Bob show. Alright, here on Brutiful Metal Radio, and we are back with 13 Mag, and they just told me that the missing bass player, John, has arrived. Welcome to the show, John.
How's it going?
What's happening, brother?
Not a whole lot.
Alrighty.
What are we talking?
Listeners out there, we just listened to, this is the Bullshit with Bob show, brother. Now, y'all just listened to Stand Your Ground and Those Left Standing by 13 Mag. And if you would, let us know about Those Left Standing. What is that song about?
That song is about, rising above, and there's a lot of people out there that like to, bring everybody else down because they're having a shitty fucking day.
Right
on. And, I hate that, and it pisses me off, so I don't deal with it, and if you want to play that game, I'll come out on top every time.
I heard that.
That's what that's about, man.
And you said that's more along the style of what you're going to be doing on the new album.
Yeah, Those Left Standing was like the last track we wrote for that first album. So it was kind of starting to segue into what we're doing now. And Stand Your Ground, that's really kind of I would call it the core of kind of what our sound has evolved into a little bit, real punchy, but not straight 100% sounding like our influences. It's evolved into our own interpretation of the things.
Right on. Now I've got to ask you, what kind of equipment do you use? That is a fucking awesome guitar sound that you get.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I run a Frankenstein head through an Avatar 412 cabinet with Texas Heats in them, Eminence Texas Heats.
Mm-hmm.
And then I play ESP, but I do not like EMG pickups. I hate active pickups. So I rip those out. I run a Bill Lawrence L500 XL in the bridge position and a Seymour Duncan SH1 in the neck.
Right on.
And I just use a Dunlop Crybaby wah-wah, man, and crank my gain up through the roof.
Like I said, it is ruthless. I mean, it sounds like Buzzsaw's about to saw your head in half. Fucking killer sound. Now, Mike, what do you use?
I also play ESP. Again, no EMGs. I got the Seymour Duncan Invader and then the good old 59 in the neck. I mean, it's nice and warm.
SH1's a good pickup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm running through a Marshall JCM 2000.
Ooh, sweet.
Yeah, with an Avatar cab, of course. And yeah, pretty much I just plug the fuck in and turn up the gain and fucking go. No need for all those effects.
Yeah, I think effects sometimes are used to hide sloppiness and, I mean, make it sound as real as you can.
Now,
That's that's my take. Now, John, what do you use for equipment?
I use a Fender Bassman Pro 300 and a 410 Harkey cab and a 15 Harkey cab.
Those Harkeys sound nice.
Yeah, they are very punchy, very direct to the point on it.
They get a good bottom end, especially with that 15, man.
Oh, yeah.
That shit throws.
it's thick.
And then I usually run a Fender fretless jazz bass.
Oh, right on. And Tommy?
I just got myself a PDP X7 Maple Cat double bass version. I love it. Thing just sounds huge. The tom rolls are just, they just cascade so nicely. And of course, Zildjian cymbals, and DW rack and hardware, and just a lot of balls.
Right on. And you use actually a double kit, right?
Yes.
2 floor tops. I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you if you ever had a chance to try out that Demon Drive pedal, the double pedal.
No, I haven't. I've seen it, and I've heard a lot of good reviews for it. But I like my 9,000 pedals, and I'm not looking to change them. They respond the way I want, so I'm happy.
Right on. I play a very small bit of drums, and I got to play around on a set that my former drummer got, and I don't remember what type he had. I think it were Iron Cobras, and or something like that. And he got these.
Those are good pedals.
I mean, he had them for years too, and he got those Demon Drives, man, and they just float, But he uses a single kick, so
Right.
I mean, it works really well for him. But now I want to talk to you guys. Y'all are going through Project Independent right now, right?
Yeah, we've been a Project Independent band for a couple of years now.
This is our second year.
Yeah.
Oh, right on. Jeff Tott, man, he's
He's a hell of a guy.
he is very
Love
cool.
Jeff
Hell of a
Totten. That guy.
I can't speak enough good things about him.
After Katrina,
The only man on earth I would kiss.
after Katrina, my wife and I moved out to Vegas. That's where she's from, and because we were living in Louisiana at the time, and I was writing with Metal Storm magazine. I don't know if you ever heard of them or not. Tony Nichols actually lives close to you guys up in Oregon. He's the owner of Metal Storm Mag, which is kind of fell by the wayside these days. Just life, economy, you know how it goes.
Yeah.
And we had hooked up. We were doing a couple of Project Independent shows in Vegas, and cool thing. And you can ask Jeff about this. We were doing a co-sponsored show, and he had a Schecter Griffin to give away. This was at the Cheyenne Saloon, and I told the wife when we walked in, you get that vibe when you run a piece of equipment, like, man, that's gonna be mine. Just you get that vibe. And I never won shit in my life. I'm one of those guys. I'm schlep rock. I've got the little cloud above my head. Lightning always hit me. Bad luck, man, all the way. And I told the wife, I said, watch, I'm gonna win this tonight. And for every $10 you spend, he gave you a little ticket. So we bought a couple T-shirts and some stickers, buttons. I'll show them that in a minute. And at the end of the night, we had to leave early. And at the end of the night, we ended up winning. I gave my tickets to Tony because I was actually sitting doing a show review for him. Because I do reviews and written interviews as well. And at the end of the night, they called my number, and Tony, just being the honest guy he called me up the next morning. Hey, dude, you won this guitar, man. I've got it over here, and I've still got that guitar. That Schecter's sweet. But if you think about it, ask him about that. Let me see. This is a interview. Let me get the thing up right. I know I can see what I'm doing. This was the cover of the first edition of the magazine.
Yeah.
Oh man, there we
There
go.
you go. Good old Totten.
That dude is awesome, man.
That was
Oh,
like
yeah.
around the first couple months of 07.
Yeah, I think it was February of 07, I
Did you show him
believe.
the whole cover? Because it's badass.
Yeah, that's a good start.
That's Avenger of Blood,
Yeah.
thrash band out of Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah. Old dude right there in the middle, that's Shannon Fry, a real good friend of mine.
He's supposed to come DJ for us.
Yeah, he's going to DJ for us eventually. But
Nice.
they just released a new album, man, and
It sounds killer.
it's the best stuff they've ever done. I don't know if you guys ever listened to Avenger or even know who they are. But
I'll have to check them out.
check them out sometime, man. It's good
Yeah,
thrash. He went dark with it on this time. They've got 2 albums, Complete Annihilation and Death Brigade. And the members, I don't know, they split. He got new members. It's been a couple years since they were together, and they just released an album, and it kicks ass. Check it out, man.
Oh,
Check it
yeah,
out.
yeah,
man.
dude.
We're really
Love
cool
Jeff
guys,
Rock.
and if you guys ever want to go and play Vegas, he's the dude to hit up. And I'll hook that up
Yeah.
for you.
Nice, we like that.
Oh, still find a chest cold.
Shit's going around, man.
I know,
it's going
dude.
around up here too.
Well, the funny thing out here, man, it's a big agricultural area. I mean, it's woodsy, and it's a lot of peanut crops and a lot of cotton crops, and now is harvest time, and all that dust is in the air.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like
It sucks.
creeping death, man. It just, you know.
Yeah, I've heard about cotton dust.
Oh, dude, it sucks.
Peanut does
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, peanut dust is a lot worse because it's
Is it?
almost like muddy.
Ugh.
Yeah, and it mixes well with the humidity here. Let me tell you.
And
bet.
the cotton.
Yeah, nice. Drinking it.
Yeah, right.
Georgia, Alabama.
Now, yeah, we're in Alabama, as they say here.
Got some good barbecue there.
Actually, we were going to grill tonight, and just ran out of time, man. But there's always
Yeah.
tomorrow.
It happens.
It's the shit to do. Now, tell us about. You said you guys have been with Totten for a couple of years. How's that relationship, man?
It's awesome, man. We met him, through Project Independent, and we passed his artist critique and we went on and we ended up doing real well. We made it to the final round of the online voting and finished in the top 10. And so, I stayed in touch with him, if I had a question about how to get a hold of somebody or how can I break down this barrier that I'm running into. And that's what he wants. He wants bands to get a hold of him because he's willing to help people. But if you never call him, then, he's not going to be there for you.
Right.
And so we just kind of built a relationship, and then we went down to Los Angeles and Vegas in May, and we did a Whiskey A Go-Go show.
Yeah.
And we called him up, and he came out, and it was great. Just pimped it out, brought a bunch of people down to the show. And again, we went back down there a couple months later, and he graciously offered up his floor.
Wow.
We were down there for a week staying with him, and he just kind of ran us through kind of a crash course, man. It was
Heavy Metal
It
101.
was like heavy metal college, man. And he's a great guy. He's given us a lot of good advice, and he's never steered us wrong anywhere. And then it was good to see him when he came back up here for Project Independent again, just a couple months ago, and say hi. I say hi to him. It'd been a while since we've seen him, and he's just a great guy, man. He's all about it, and he's about helping the metal community, man, because that's what he loves, and
He believes in it wholeheartedly.
yeah, he's a good guy.
That dude is so passionate. He is uber passionate about metal and especially underground bands. He wants underground bands to get heard, and that's kind of what we're about here. We run the radio, and this is a spotlight to help bring the underground out. But Jeff, man, I mean, he eats, breathes, you know, the whole 9 yards. I mean, that dude,
And
I
he's
have,
no
I have nothing
bullshit,
but respect
man.
for the
No
guy.
bullshit. He'll tell you right to your face, you fucked up, fix this. You know, he's very to the point, and you got to respect that about people, you know.
Yeah, you do.
You know,
Not enough people like that.
no, everybody's all those super sensitive, you know, my pussy fucking hurts, give me a,
Yeah.
you know.
Or you got to candy coat it so that they don't say that to you. 'Cause
Right.
you're tired of hearing
They
it.
need some kind of fucking emotional tampon, man. Go ahead.
You know, the whole mentality of, you know, like she had said, you know, everybody candy coating everything, telling you that you're the greatest thing since sliced bread, and, you know, not even giving you any kind of scope of reality and what's going on. And the nice thing about Jeff is he will tell you, his arm around you, what's good, what's bad, and what you need to do and what you don't need to do. And man, I love that guy. I feel like he did a lot to help mentor this band and kind of take us under his wing this summer. And really, he had a lot to do with our maturity. He helped us grow a lot.
Right on.
So the whiskey's so fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, we have to see you.
We've played there twice now, and
can't see it.
I can't wait. I can't wait to go back again.
Man, that's my old stomping grounds. I miss
Get
home.
over here a little bit.
Walking between the Whiskey A Go Go and the Rainbow.
Yeah.
Life. I want that life when I retire.
Man, it was cool back in the 80s. Everybody in spikes and spandex, and everybody who was anybody was there. And oh man,
It was funny being down there with Jeff because he brought out his old photo albums of the days when he was running around in his metal band, and some of the awesome pictures were, I mean, they were
priceless.
Yeah.
We'll just say,
yeah.
Now, when you guys played the whiskey, were y'all surprised at the size of it?
Absolutely not. I wasn't.
I'll be honest. When I walked in there, I looked around and I was kind of like, "Wow, this is it, huh?" You know, it's very unpresumptuous inside.
Yes.
You know, but it's incredibly clean. It's the cleanest venue I've ever been in.
And the bathrooms were even clean. At least when we went, it was.
They take a lot of pride of that.
And there's
place,
way good vibes in there.
Oh yeah, there's hella good vibes, man.
It's like magic in there. There's a reason it has mystique.
Yeah.
It's legend for a reason, for sure.
We went down there. When was that?
07.
07?
Yeah.
And again, Avenger of Blood was playing a show down there. We got invited out to go check them out. And they were opening up for Mastery, a thrash band. And they had a bunch of local bands. Like, you know, they were doing the pay-to-play thing there, having to sell tickets. And I'd never been. This is my first time going into the place. And I've watched, you know, it's on my bucket list. I wanted to go see this place, you know. And I've watched Hendrix, you know, Joplin, all these famous people play the whiskey, Acid Bath even, you know, all these, you know, guys play the whiskey, and from the camera angle it looks huge. And I walked in and it's very unassuming, you know. I mean, but it's cool because you get a chance to get right up there to the stage and be face to feet basically, because the stage is kind of tall. But I mean, but you're right there with the artist, you know, and it's really up close and personal. And that's one thing I loved about it. It's got a really cool personality. I can see why it has that mystique.
Yeah, it's a great venue.
Where did you play in Vegas?
We actually didn't get a chance to play in Vegas because we were just passing through. So we just hung out and partied for the night and drank way too much.
Where'd you hang out at? Any bar in particular?
Yeah, we went to
Hogs and Heifers,
and we went. We spent some time at Binion's, and then we meandered back through the Strip and hit the MGM, and
Oh yeah,
we stayed at the Hard Rock. So
that's
there
a
was
fun
trip
place.
taken there too. So it was a lot of fun. I remember about half the night. So.
Yeah, right on. Vegas. I remember about half my life. No, I grew up there.
Yeah, that's her town.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vegas was crazy.
Yeah,
I
and
miss
you were
it.
there 3 years.
Yeah, I lived there for 3 years after Katrina, man, and oh yeah, love it.
Yeah,
but yeah, they got a couple of good promoters down there. There's Deborah Rojas?
No,
Rojas?
she got married. Maybe
Oh, that's right. She changed her name.
Vegas Star Booking, anyway.
Vegas Star Bookings. And there's also Josh Fig with Figzilla. Both of them do a lot of booking and promotion down there. I'm going to send you guys the info for that. That way. And I'll put y'all in contact with Shannon, too. He plays a lot of shows down there as well if you guys want to make it down there sometime. And he'll get you guys set up.
Oh, yeah.
That's the plans next year. Hitting the road.
We got to hook them up with Frank.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I got a buddy of mine I used to jam with down there. He's in a band called Substance. And they're doing really well. He gave us some secret info that we can't put out on the air, but it's very good info. They've gotten noticed, I'll put it like that. And
nice.
Yeah, and you guys are very similar the way y'all's music is. You know, it's more that straight ahead, punch in the face metal.
Right.
Yeah.
No bullshit.
Yeah, they'll go good together with Substance.
Sweet.
Anyway, yeah.
Really cool guy.
Even if you jam with them, it'll be a good time.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Frank's amazing.
They're always playing shows, man. Always in the House of Blues, too. Either House of Blues or Cheyenne. The Cheyenne Saloon.
Well, that's what it's about, man. You got to network as you're spreading your metal around. You know, it's all about, getting to know the people in those regions that are, have that scene on lockdown. So
yeah.
It's a industry of connections.
Yeah.
It is. And, it's a beautiful thing. For the longest time, I hated social media. I thought it was a bunch of bullshit,
Yeah.
But it's a good networking tool, and it is a good way to meet people of like mind.
Absolutely.
It's a good way for metal unity and to carry the battle flag for metal and bring it to the masses. And that's what we do here, or try to.
Right.
I'll be bleeding metal whenever I die. Tattoos and all.
Yeah.
Now let's see. You guys I'm looking at y'all's biography up here on the Facebook page right now. Y'all have been described as relentless and brutal by Metal Underground. That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I thought so.
Whiskey soaked by Metal Sanaz. That chick is so cool, man.
She is way cool. She's way cool.
Awesome chick.
Whiskey soaked.
Whiskey soaked.
I dig it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a nice way of putting it. I like it.
Now, you said you guys are going to be gearing up for a tour, I guess, after you release the EP? Or possible full length?
We got some more stuff we're writing, and we just picked up a brand new tour vehicle. We said goodbye to our old tired one that got us around last year. So we got a new rig, so we're going to put some miles on it, man.
Cool.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. 50 states in 50 days.
They're good. I worked that show the last night in Vegas.
Did you?
Yes, and it was crazy. 50 states in 50 days.
That's a good spot to end it in Vegas, I think.
Yeah.
We saw Avenged Sevenfold on that was the last night of their Cities on Fire or whatever it was tour. Cities, I don't know. It was the first album they had with Backcountry and all that. We won tickets.
Oh, City of Evil.
That's
right.
it. That's it. And man, let me tell you, those guys threw down. It was the last night. Who was it that opened up? It was some emo band called Seosin. Didn't really care for them too much. I'm not much into emo. I like my stuff with a little more balls. Just me personally.
Indeed, sir.
But while they were jamming, they had a male stripper come out. They shut the PA off, and they put stripper music on there. And a male stripper came out there during Seosin's set, and yeah, and then during Avenged Sevenfold set, the guys in Seosin came out there in the drawers and was all dry humping the guys while they were trying to play, mid song.
Stripping for the ones.
Yeah,
it
was during Backcountry.
It was crazy that
It was
night.
fucking hilarious, man. They got
That'll
even.
pop up on YouTube, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure. Now, what do you guys do away from music? What kind of hobbies do you guys have?
Oh, shit.
Hobbies.
I don't have time for hobbies right now.
Hobbies?
Kevin plays Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, there's not a lot of free time anymore. You know, I like to drink. I like to partake in movies, but haven't got to do that too much lately. I don't know, man. I kind of turned my hobby into a job, so
there you
I'm
go.
kind of up Skid Creek on that one.
Well, let me ask you this then. I see that you've got some endorsements. In-tune guitar picks,
Yep.
Avatar speakers, MD guitars, and the Rock Slide.
Yeah.
And in-tune guitar picks, those are cool. We had a friend of ours that was actually doing the artwork on in-tune guitar picks. Felix LaFlamme.
I don't know that he did them for in-tune. They were something else.
No, it was in-tune guitar picks he did. Yeah.
Bert's a pretty cool dude. The owner there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I never met that one.
I did.
That's all you.
Yeah, he's the guy I have correspondence with as far as the endorsement goes. So I've just talked to him over email, but he seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, he's straightforward and honest, and you can't beat that. You know.
Not in this business.
No.
Let's see, and we've got Vixen throwing up some of y'all's links. Let's see, Facebook.com, 13magband, ReverbNation.com/13mag, Twitter at 13magband.
Yep.
Do y'all have any other main website, like a .com or anything like
No,
that?
it's in the process. It's getting worked on, but it's not up yet. So
Hopefully the .com will have up and functioning by the end of the year, turn of the year, or sometime around then.
well, but if anybody likes to play slide guitar, go check out the Rock Slide, man. They kick ass. And it's a guy here in town. He's a good guy. So
I'm not very familiar with the Rock Slide myself. Is this something that's made out of? Is it glass slides, brass slides?
They have glass ones, and those are new, but they're actually they're brass. They have brass and aluminum, but the way they're designed is just far superior. They're tapered on the inside, so they fit your finger real nice. And slide people are funny. Some people just won't touch it unless it's glass.
Mm-hmm.
But I think brass has a lot better tone than glass does. It's a little darker. It has better sustain, has better resonance.
It has that metal sound.
Yeah, and he's been doing really well with it. He's got a metal machinist guy that they ended up knocking out the first few of them, and he sold them at shops around here, and they did really well. And now he's in over 2,000 retailers across the country now.
Oh wow!
So, but he explicitly will not sell to large chains. Like he won't sell to Guitar Center because of what they stand for and how detrimental they are to those small music shops and things like that. So he only sells to the smaller instrument shops and things like that, which I think is kind of a cool thing for him to do. But
I have to agree.
He's doing really well with it. So, and they're a great slide. He's got Cat Clemens III playing them, which if anybody is into slide play, he's pretty much the end all be all of slide players. So Miles Davis endorses him, or Miles Kennedy. Sorry, Miles Davis. That'd be good. Miles Kennedy endorses him.
Cool.
He's got a lot of good people playing him now. So check him out if anybody's interested in slide. Not it's kind of a dying art, but
the one that we don't want forgotten.
Yeah, they're good.
Right on. Let's see. I'm sure our link queen, Vixen, is working on that right now. It's like you barely even spit it out, and she'll have that link put up.
There you go.
Oh, she is slacking. Oh, where's the whip?
Slacking.
And the MG Guitars is he's a custom builder, and he does really great work. He's made one guitar for me, and he's in the process of another one. Fantastic custom work. So that's if anybody wants to go check that out too, it's mdcustomguitars.com. So
I'll throw that up here in the chat room.
M&D Custom Guitars.
Custom.
Right?
Yes.
mdcustomguitars.com. Okay. There we go.
Technology sometimes.
I know, right? It's a love-hate relationship. I love to hate it. Buttons piss me off. Except for the remote. The remote I can deal with. It's simple. My male brain can comprehend it. But this shit, man, I've got an AK back there. I just love to come and unload on this thing sometimes. Seriously. Lock and load. Pop, 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 pop.
I'd be bummed.
Down here in Alabama, we love guns. This is America. Sorry, had to go redneck for a second. America. You know what's funny is I see people like that out here, man. Yeah, you know, y'all didn't know this probably, that the toothbrush was actually invented in Alabama?
Really?
Anywhere else it would have been called a toothbrush.
Right? Yeah, toothbrush. Yeah. I think I've heard that before, actually.
They proved it here.
Yeah.
No, actually, I can't. I don't know. Alabama's a good place, man. It really is. Me and the wife lived all over. I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Big, fairly big city. Been back and forth to New Orleans my whole life. She's, of course, from Vegas. We lived in Vegas for a few years, and we've both had fairly exciting lives, and it's a good place to settle down. It's a good place if you're ready to slow. We've got speakers. We can still jam our metal here loud as we want to, and of course the neighbors will enjoy it with us, whether they like it or not.
Of course.
Well, they're going to like it eventually. We'll make them. But it's really a nice area, man. It's country enough out here that it's slow paced. People are still nice. They wave to you. You don't even know them. And but it's city enough where we have McDonald's up the street. Stores open 24 hours, so that's always a plus too.
Yeah.
Now, let's see. It says here that you're going to be bringing your American reality. Explain what American reality is.
American reality is the truth that nobody wants to see, man. People spew on about the American dream and what it is, but I don't think people realize that the American dream has been killed. It's not around anymore. People don't have the opportunities that they used to have. So the American reality is informing people that, hey, this is what this is, and you have now become a pawn in the system. Mm-hmm. So if you want to do something about it,
wake up,
make yourself noticed.
Yeah, I could feel you there, man. I mean, I keep hoping that maybe we'll get that, Ronald Reagan back, someone that'll kickstart shit, and we'll have a set of nuts and a spine, and dig us out of this shit. Because I mean, I'm me personally, my political stance. I'm a libertarian, and however, I may change that for the vote this year, because I don't like where we're at as a nation right now. This isn't the nation I signed up for. This isn't the one I swore an oath to protect. The Constitution's being overlooked and a lot of times ignored, and I don't agree with that. This isn't the country our forefathers, set out for us.
It's supposed to be the land of the free. Free to have opportunity.
Yet we're slaves to the system. Woo!
It's sad, but we are.
We're going to pay you. We're going to pay you money, and you're just going to want to buy stuff, but we're just going to start taking away your rights, and you're not really free, but you just want to keep buying shit, so we're just going to make you work for your entire life just to buy shit you don't need. Fuck that crap.
Thank you.
Permission.
I like when someone jumps on a soapbox
Speak
like that, man.
passionately about it next time, why don't you?
Yeah, tell us what you really mean, man.
Yeah. There you go, pussyfooting around it again.
You know, some of the things that we need to do as a country, stop buying shit from other countries, start manufacturing and selling shit like we used to. American
Right.
made used to fucking mean something.
There was pride behind it.
Nowadays, you buy something that says American made, you turn it over, and you'll find a made in China. I mean, it may be assembled in America, but it ain't made here.
Yeah.
You know, wake up, America.
Yay, outsourcing! Wait, no, boo outsourcing! Yeah, that shit's ruined everything.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and play. Let's see what we got left here. We've got Undone.
Yeah.
And let's see, I'll throw up a couple tunes. What do you guys want to hear, man? I'll throw up a couple tunes in y'all guys' honor. Give me a couple
I want
requests.
to hear Rain and Blood by Slayer.
Okay.
What do you want to hear, man?
Man, that's a good question. It's always about what's in the moment.
I know.
You know, I'm really digging that Machine Head song right now, Darkness Within. If you wanted to pop that on, that's always great.
Triangle Rock theme song.
I don't think you might have that one.
Oh, come on.
not
Triangle
sure.
Rock, everybody knows it.
Actually, I don't think I have that
No,
one.
we don't have any of that. Play some of that Black Hand Throne, that Golgotha.
Oh, Black Ant Throne?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll probably dig that.
Yeah, and Spine Extractions.
Black Hand Throne and Spine Extraction.
Like it. Fire that up.
Right on. These are a couple of indie bands that we deal with, and they are excellent. Really cool
Nice.
guys too.
Sweet.
Now, when we come back, we'll be taking some questions from the chat room, see what they got to say,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go off with some off the wall questions now. So prepare yourself. Where is it? So all you people out there in the chat room, start getting your questions together. When we come back from the break, we're going to be asking 13 mags some questions. And they said no holes barred. So
Bring it on.
And I know we've got a couple of perverts. I'm not going to mention Vixen, but you never know what comes out of her mouth, man. I mean, I'm just saying. Just putting that out there for prosperity.
The right group of guys here for free for all.
Right on, brother.
What did you just volunteer us for?
Don't worry, you'll get used to it.
All right, metalheads, you're listening to the Bullshitting with Bob show. Got 13 mag in the on the air with us, and this is the Brutiful Metal Radio, and we got 13 mag Undone. We've got Raining Blood, Golgotha, and we'll be back in just a minute.
Sweet.
Okay, we're finally back, metalheads. Thanks for sticking around. This is the Bullshitting with Bob show right here on Brutiful Metal Radio. And we have the guys here from 13 Mag. Welcome back, fellas.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Now, we were getting into a discussion during the break about Star Wars and Disney. And, yeah, we've come to the conclusion that there's going to be a zombie apocalypse, and it's all going to be Disney Vaders with Yoda ears. And that's going to be the zombies coming to get you.
And every kid will be sporting the other.
Owned by Disney, made in China.
That's some sick money you're talking.
Yep.
But don't worry, they'll fall apart in about a month.
Well, yes.
It always
they
does.
gotta buy another set, you dig?
But then you gotta buy another set. They'll be happy to sell you one.
It's under warranty.
Zombie warranty. If it dies, we'll sell you a new one.
Okay. Now, I told you guys that before the break we were going to discuss I'm going to throw out some wild questions and see what you guys got to say about it. First of all, let's go around the room there. And what was your favorite cartoon character growing up?
Oh, man.
Just say Polly Pocket.
I would. A tough question. I'm gonna say Wolverine from X-Men.
Right on. Tommy?
I'm gonna have to say Garfield.
Right on.
Mike?
Yeah, I think Bugs Bunny easily.
Dude,
That rap about it.
I have to agree 100% with you, brother. Bugs Bunny was mine. He is the ultimate asshole. I mean, he was a prick to everybody. I love that guy, man. I mean, Bugs Bunny
Nobody was off limit.
And John, how about you?
I'm gonna go with Mighty Mouse.
Say again?
Mighty Mouse.
Right on. I still have yet to hear anybody say Johnny Bravo, though.
Yeah, brother.
It'll
Space
happen.
Ghost.
Oh, Space Ghost.
Wow.
Now, do you guys remember old Saturday morning cartoons?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Johnny Quest.
Oh, no, man. We're talking, G.I. Joe and...
Like my favorite Looney Tune character. Foghorn Leghorn.
Oh, yeah. Marvin Martian.
Marvin the Martian.
And let's see. Let me see what the folks in here in the chat room.
Might be it.
Vixen says hers is Scooby-Doo, then He-Man. Because he was a hot-looking cartoon, but my all-time fave is Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo made him a bird.
Alrighty. Got some votes from my man Johnny Bravo. Chicks dig my pecs. Love that dude, man. It's fucking awesome.
Man,
Okay. You people in the chat room there, y'all have any questions for 13 Mag y'all want to ask? I'm watching you, Vix. Anytime, Vix. Just saying.
He's busting her chops.
Huh?
You're just busting her chops.
Yeah, I'm busting her chops. She knows that. I'm just kidding. Scroll up. How do you do that? I gotta press buttons.
Shit, it just got technical.
I know, right? Here it goes. Okay. I didn't see it. Won't you ask it again? Lori Ann wants to know who is single. Okay. Any of you guys single?
Single. Well, if single means not married, then I think everybody's single.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. They're all single, so have fun.
Single.
Ladies, go.
Yeah, right? On your mark, get set. Now, Vixen is asking if y'all could play on any stage in the world, which stage would that be and where?
Looks like a candy store.
Madison Square Garden, Wembley, Donington. Those ones come to mind right away.
Yeah, Wembley Stadium
I was
would be
thinking
awesome.
Wembley,
Wembley Stadium in London would be rad. That would be rad.
Oh, okay. Sarah is asking, why have y'all not added her? Was her question.
On Facebook, sir?
Sarah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You on what?
On Facebook, Sarah?
Well, I don't know. Why don't you add us?
There we go, man.
You heard it from the
The man.
From the horse's mouth right there. She said,
Facebook,
yup,
yeah.
Facebook.
She's on a little bit of a lag. It'll take her a few minutes.
Add them
Well,
up.
few
Add them up.
seconds.
It said nice kinky sex might be involved. You never know.
There's her link. She likes the page, damn it.
Oh. And Vixen asked, what would your dream band be? Or your top 4 dream bands that you would like to jam with? Or share the stage with?
Dream bands to share a stage with, huh? Wow.
The questions are getting harder now.
That's
Is that Pantera reunion going to happen? What's up with that?
I would want to jam with Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin for sure.
Slayer. I'm going to say Slayer.
Oh, hell yes.
Primus.
Yeah. John says Primus. I would want to jam with 1986 Metallica.
Yeah. 86 Metallica.
I feel your pain there, brother.
I think that one's probably the consensus one right there.
Clutch. You know, Pantera, with or without Dime. You know, whatever. If I got to go back in time, I mean,
Yeah, once you brought
obviously
up
time doesn't matter because
time travel,
1986 with Metallica and Led Zeppelin. So I mean,
I'm going to share the stage with all of them.
obviously
Yeah.
Dime and absolutely not Chad Kroger and anybody but Nickelback.
You know,
Or Avril Lavigne.
No
Well-
Avril Lavigne. The Canadian connection.
oh, that's funny. Sarah said, ha ha ha, with the old version of Lars, and Vixen put up, still with a teeny weeny Skeeter Peter. Like I said, man, you never know what's going to happen.
We all know the picture she's describing.
Oh, yeah, we saw the picture. It was nasty.
If you can see it.
Yeah, right? And that's what I was thinking. It looked like a, I don't know, like a eunuch or something. It was a barren
You guys
wasteland.
seen that?
I'm sure
Lars
Probably
naked.
the
Yeah.
more well-known photos of Lars, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But nobody likes to think about those things.
No. She just gave me a bad mental image she's going to pay for later.
Right on.
You say that now. Now, with this tour you guys are talking about, have y'all threw out any ideas for maybe where you were going to play at? You going to hit just like basically the West Coast, or are y'all really going to do 50 states?
Yeah.
Start with anyway.
Well, yeah, we'll do a West Coast. You know, we have a booking agent that we work with that gets us our West Coast stuff.
Keith Rowley.
Keith Rowley with Shredhead Inc. and Mustang Agency. He's a good guy.
Right on.
And but we do want to do a Midwest. We want to do East Coast. You know, we want to do a Southeast. For sure.
Northeast.
It's just a matter of getting there.
Volunteer our services.
One step at a time.
Sarah,
But, yeah,
Sarah put up just now, you guys they're going to Alabama, damn it.
we will stop in Alabama.
Oh,
Right on.
yeah, come down here and get your head right, brother.
Okay,
Can't wait.
we'll be there.
I'll even get us some bootleg moonshine.
Hell yeah!
Do that shit Alabama style.
Alabama.
Yeah, White Lightning sounds pretty tasty.
It's pretty
Yellow
ruthless.
Wolf come down and party.
Yeah, that's what I needed was another cigarette. Woo.
Right?
Well, you guys want to throw out any plugs, any shout-outs or anything? Gonna wrap
Well,
this up here, just a few.
Shout out to everybody listening, man. Thanks for tuning in.
Taking the time to listen.
Shout out to you. I do want to say shout out to Mitch Luker. A great loss. You know, he's going to be
Agreed.
missed. Hope everybody that was close to him is doing okay. Keith Rowley, Shredhead Inc., Jeff Taunton, what the fuck's up? Yeah, and thank all our sponsors.
PC Chapman,
Bill Neiman,
Bill Neiman, Rock Slide.
Go on and on. All our sponsors, you know, Intune, Rock Slide, Avatar, MD Guitars, you know, all those guys, Rock Slide, check them out. GuitarTable.com, that's one that's not listed. We need to get that one changed. Yeah, thank you guys for having us on. It was a lot of fun.
You know, we really appreciate you guys taking the time out to come and, you know, sit here and bullshit with the old Bobster, man. I really appreciate it. And,
oh, man.
You know,
we do it anytime, man. Anytime.
All of us here at Brutiful Metal Radio, bro, y'all are welcome back anytime. Y'all are part of the Brutiful family now. You know, we're all fans of 13 Mag. You guys fucking slam. Love y'all's music, man. Now, I'll put this out there. When you guys drop that new EP, let us know. I'll bring you back on the show, and we'll push that out for you guys, and, you know, we'll talk about it, let everybody know what's happening.
That would be perfect.
We'll keep you posted, man.
Right on, and thanks for carrying the battle flag of metal, keeping that shit rolling. That's what it's all about, brothers. Metal unity.
Metal. Oh, find us on fucking iTunes.
Yeah, find us on iTunes, man.
Yeah, buy some music. Put the money in our pockets so we can afford to come to your town.
There you go.
Feel free to stop by Facebook and click that little like button. And that's where you can get all your 13 Mag info until our website launches. And we will let everybody know where they can find a website when it's up and running.
Definitely. Hit us up, man, when that happens. And like I said, you know, we'll push that out for you guys as well. And get y'all some interest, you know, at least from our end.
So, real quick while we can, we're also competing in this year's Project Independent again. The polling is going to start next month, so, you know.
ProjectIndependent.net. Hit it up.
There you go, ProjectIndependent.net.
And a lot of really good bands that are part of it, so check it out.
Not only us, but discover all kinds of bands from coast to coast, you know, see what everybody's doing.
Jeff Totten has a knack for finding some of the best bands that the nation has to offer, too. Best unsigned acts.
Oh, yeah.
And he really brings a myriad of different bands together, man. You have hardcore, you know, thrash, death, and it's really awesome, you know, what he does. I can't say enough about Jeff Totten, man. The dude rules.
Me neither.
So, you guys out there, check that out. I'm going to play some more tunes. If you would, hang on the line with me just for a second. And let's see what we got coming up. How about we'll throw some Necrotic Priapism, Nun Scum, straight out of Nolans, baby, my backyard.
Oh, yeah. Dirty South.
Oh, bro.
Well, if you're going to go NOLA, man, throw on some down.
I'll have some down. I'll throw up...
X-Order?
Yeah, I'll throw up some X-Order, too. I don't know if you guys are fans of X-Order. Yep. I love me some X-Order.
That's good stuff right there. That's metal right there.
And I'm also going to throw up some Acid Bath. So stick around, fuckers. We'll be right back.
Your